Come on through, Cookie. I want to pull my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is If Loving You Is Wrong, Season 4, and this is Episode 3. This was good. Good. So let's just jump right in because there's a lot to cover. So we'll start right off. First, Randall and Alex. Alex's father, rather. Remember when we left off last time, Alex's father overheard Randall saying to Marcy, "You don't want to meet me and Alex's son?" Child, that man was so goddamn mad. He said, "What did you say, boy?" He came down off that porch, and they get to going back and forth. And child, it was a mess. They were just going back and forth. And Randall just was picking and poking at the bear, honey. And that man was saying, "You telling a lie, this, that, and the other." He gonna say, "Oh yeah," he gonna say. And according to the laws of that whole goddamn law up there in Mississippi where you live at, now you got one drop of Negro blood in your family. Now you's a Negro too. I said, oh, he was getting so mad. He told him, he said, Miss Louise was on the porch, kept telling Randall, "Come in here, get in there now." He just picking at that man, going back and forth. He gonna say, "Ma, I think he's hard of hearing." He said, "If you don't stop that lying, you're gonna be hard of breathing." I said, "Oh Lord, you out there threatening folks and carrying on with yourself." And he did. Randall called him old backwater ass. I said, "Oh my God." So he made him all mad, and the man was like, he went, child, if you would see the part where he went walking back into the house, you talking about somebody cracking up laughing, child, he went horrible. Took his old ass and walked in there with them dirty old teeth. I was so tickled. He go back in there telling the mama, "You tell me the truth. This, that, and the other. Did she have the baby with that boy? Did you see the baby?" And she tells him, "Yes, I see the baby. Yes, the baby is black." This, that, thing, and the other. And on him, he done got all mad, all upset, telling her, give me your gun. This, that, thing, and the other. And he's really, really crazy. "Give me your gun." She's saying, "I don't have my gun." This, that, thing, and the other. They going backwards and forward. She all scared because she thinking he's going to hit her too. Just on and on and on. And, it was really a mess. And then he goes and did the same thing she did. He started going into this tirade about how he raped her. She didn't do it willingly. He raped her. I said, child, y'all are really doing the most. So he's going on into that whole tangent. And he's just like, "I'm going to kill him. This, that, thing, and the other." On and on and on. Brad ends up coming in the back door. He's still running all around the neighborhood looking for Alex. Comes in and tells him, "Okay, y'all need to go." Because he's sitting up there, and Rusty starts going at him, telling him, "You're not a man, this, that, thing, and the other. You let him come in there and rape my daughter, this, that, thing, and the other." And he got to telling him, going back and forth, but he told him, no. She did not get raped. She had an affair. With the guy next door. No one raped her. No one forced her to do anything. It has nothing to do with my manhood. She did what she wanted to do. Honey, Rusty kept going on and on and on and getting up in Brad's face. And Brad politely took and whooped Rusty's ass. And I was so here for it. He took him and gave him woo money and yanked him up and slammed his ass down and gave him 5 knuckle sandwiches. Honey, back. I said, "Now see, that's what you get." And then that damn old dirty ass mammy gonna take and shoot the gun and grazed, she had her gun, she grazed his damn ear with a 22, honey, and standing up there to "Get your hands off him, this, that, and the other." And here we go again, Tyler. Seriously. Now we in suburbia. Okay? Because Ramsey was outside cutting Kelly's grass, and he heard the gunshot. So, in their little type of area, something like that, people, really like, wait a minute, hey, we don't have all that shit around here. But nobody called the police. Nothing like that. Nobody called the police. But anyway, so he told them, get on out of here. So they run. She's like, we got to go. So they run and get in their car and they run off and they leave. And Brad didn't call the police. Like, I didn't understand that. I just didn't get it. It's like, she literally shot at you. Because he kept, like, holding the side of his ear. And it was just a grazing, so there was no blood or anything. But the fact that she shot that gun at you, all you had to do is call the police. And they would took their ass. And you know they got caught with a gun. And there's a bullet somewhere in the house. They would have threw their asses in jail. But whatever. Tyler, do what you want. I'm going to roll with you, but I'm going to call you on your bullshit, and you know it. That's just what I do. Again, a little glitch in the writing, because that's not how real life would have played out. Nobody would have taken a bullet like that and just, you shooting bullets around in my house. Get on out of here. Anyway, so old Nebby ass Kelly ends up comes and Ramsey's telling her what he heard, and then, her old judgmental ass, nosy ass, end up they go over there. Ramsey knocks on the door and he's like, is everything okay? Brad's like, not really, whatever. So he ends up having an exchange back and forth with Kelly. He's telling Kelly, please, if you see her or hear from her, please let me know this, that, thing, and the other. That bitch had the nerve to get up and get to judging him and telling him that him calling her parents to come there was wrong and this, that, and the other. And this is going too far. Shut up, you old judgmental wench. She was a mess. She gets on my nerves. I would be ready for them to kill her out of the store if it wasn't for Ramsey. Ramsey's so goddamn fine. So we just go on a deal with her just to be able to see him. But she gets on my damn nerves with her bullshit. Anyway, let's see, here I go. I'm going off topic. Moving on. Okay, so then we got that damn Esperanza that called Eddie. Honey, Eddie is receiving a happy ending. Honey, there's this chick in there riding him to the flea market, honey. She's getting down, honey. She up on top of the little stuff, honey. Getting down. He on the phone. She's steady going back and forth with him and saying something about, I'm at my own house. This, that, thing, the other. She can walk right in the back door, honey. And the girl was sitting up on top of him on her couch. Honey, and she put his ass out there. She told him, get out of my house. They have an exchange back and forth about whose house it is and whose house it ain't and this, that, thing, and the other. And, yeah, just a mess. He literally got busted red-handed with his ding dong up in her, honey. I said, that's a mess. And he just still talking shit. I said, somebody's going to split his head to the white meat. He is too much. Then we got Natalie had a conversation with her son, Joey. And she was Joey told her, I found that approval letter for the house and it was in the trash. And I know I've seen Lucian's car where all his stuff is in there. Now that's another hole in the writing because they live in the ghetto. And Lucian got his car. Now days later, his car's sitting out there with all the stuff and it ain't nobody broke into this car yet. Come on, Tyler. Stop it. Stop. You're doing the absolute most with some of this shit. You're leaving a lot of shit just hanging out there. But anyway, so he tells her, I know for a fact that Lucian is clean. He's not doing anything. Honestly, he's not, And she's like, I told you better stay away from the people. She's like, he said, the streets talk. I ain't dealing with none of them. But he's not dealing with any of them. Why are you letting your dreams be put on hold about whatever it is you got going on in your crazy head? So she tells him, okay, whatever. She always talk shit to Joey. Feed your brother and sister. I'll be back. So she leave on out. Child. So now I'm going to skip right through because this was like all the way in. We will skip on through and get it over with. She goes down there. So we see Lucian and Claudia actually having an exchange. And they're actually talking about what's going on with Pete and about the amount of the rookies that have died in that office. So that leads me to further believe, yes, they are both doing something undercover investigation, and it leads me to believe that maybe something has actually gone down between Claudia and Lucian before, but Lucian's being really, really good about it. And Claudia's like, well, we should go and have a drink or whatever. And, not really coming on to him. But, I mean, when you look like Claudia, girl, you ain't got to do much, honey, but just show the fuck on up. It is what it is. Lucius kept saying, I don't think it's a good idea. We don't need to be talking to each other. We don't need to be seen talking to each other. She's like, nobody sees us. She's like, he said, there's always somebody watching around here. This, that, thing, the other. So there's something. They are both sent there from somewhere. And I can't wait till that part comes out. But We'll be waiting on that. But in the midst of their conversation, baby Natalie walks up, honey, and she done went and got Lucius some lunch or whatever. And she kept saying, well, give me your phone number. I'm gonna give you my phone number, and you can always call me and talk to me or whatever. And Lucius like, I don't think that's a good idea. She just snatched his phone, baby, and put the number in there. Honey, Natalie rolled up and said, and I don't think it's a good idea either. I said, oh my God, okay, here we go, some more drama. But now we're gonna see how Tyler gonna spin it, but the way it happened, there ain't no way she should be getting no attitude with Lucia because Lucia was telling her, he literally was warding her off. And I know she had to see all that. So we'll see. But Natalie is an asshole sometimes. So we'll see how that works. We will see. Anyway, so let's jump back over. We got Julius and Randall actually have a conversation. So Randall has this appointment with Julius, and he's going on, and Julius is just very, very irritated. And he's saying, why are you got me here? What is this all about? So this is what you and my dad said. He said, no, we just want to talk, just so my dad just wants me to talk. Your dad wants me to just talk to you, this, that, the other. So he's like, okay. And he's looking at Randall, and he's talking to Randall real stupid. And I was getting mad. He was getting on my nerves playing that, that old passive aggressive bullshitting ass leading questions. Child Julius gave him just what he was looking for. How he told him, yes, when I was younger, I used to kill birds every day. That my dad didn't come home, I would kill a bird. Then he said, then my mother took me, when she found out about the birds, put me in a boarding school. And I start killing other animals. Little small animals, I would kill them all the time. Then I start raping people. I start raping girls. I got addicted to it. I was raping them. I would climb in their windows and stuff, and I would just rape them. He said, then I was cutting. I would cut myself. He gonna say, you want to see? Want to see my scars? So Randall's sitting there, and his face is like, he get his little pad and he writing and shit. He said, yeah. He said, you want to see? He said, okay. So he started unbuttoning his pants. I said, Joey, what are you gonna do? Pulled his little pants down, pulled his little ding dong out, and told him, he said, see that? I circumcised myself. He said, and then let me show you my other scars. He gonna turn around and pull his pants down and bend over and told him, see that? You and my dad both can kiss my ass. And if this is a way that you're doing, writing this stuff down, trying to get me out of my dad's will, you will not live through it. Do you understand? You will not see another day. So keep on playing. Keep on playing with me here. And Randall's sitting there looking at him. He's going to say, what? Did that turn you on? I pulled my pants down. Did that turn you on? And he's like, no, I'm sorry. It didn't. He's going to say, so that didn't turn you on? I said, oh, Julius, you better quit it and stop pulling your pants down and bending over. And you better quit it. Nasty. And I laughed. I said, and then, and it's so funny because now he's a good actor. He actually, some of the acting on here is questionable. Honey, he gives you psycho, honey. And then I laughed so hard, I didn't even know how much. I believe some of that shit he was saying was actually true, honey. I don't believe about the small animal stuff, but I believe he done did a couple rapings and a couple little things, honey. He's a bit messy. Quite a bit messy. I said, okay. All right, Julius, we'll be watching. But he threatened Randall and told Randall, you keep on playing with me, baby, and you will not see the light of day. I'll take your ass and split your head to the white meat, honey. I said, okay, this is getting interesting. And that's exactly what his dad did. He didn't mess with that wheel. So it's going to be some shit. Okay, so then the next thing we see, we got Ramsey and Kelly having a conversation back and forth, and they're always flirting at each other. And he asked her to take her to dinner and all that. She's like, okay, and then she's like, I don't really want to get all attached to you, this, that, and the other, because I think maybe because you're not gonna be here long, this, that, and the other. And she's like, I think maybe you might be a whore, she's steady going on with all this foolishness. This is or maybe you're gay, and he's like, trust me, I am not gay. He explained to her that he had a long relationship, but his being in the service and the distance between them kind of drove them apart and this, that, thing, and the other. And he told her, stop judging. Stop judging. Give people a chance. And I may be here anyway. I may not be going nowhere because I don't have nobody to work with. And Marcy hasn't called me back and said, I don't think she's doing good. She just ain't called me back. And you need to talk to her. And that's when she told him, she ain't even speaking to me. Alex ain't speaking to me. He said, how do you always find yourself in all this drama? She's like, I don't know. Because you old nebby bitch. But anyway, so they end up doing all that. He ends up saying, okay, so he's going to go out and cut the lawn in the back. So they're going to go out the back. Bam. They run into Alex. Alex is actually on, because we didn't know where she was. She's on Kelly's back porch. That's where her and the baby is sitting. And she is out there. And baby, I looked, I said, well, wait a minute now. Because her nose is bleeding a little bit and everything. The baby's out there crying. So that damn Ramsey, I said, shit, honey. He just reached down there and picked her and the motherfucking baby up. I said, oh, come on now. He would take her out. He dragging her in the house. Kelly's like, come on. And I said, now, Kelly, you know that bitch like Black Ding Dong, honey. You better watch. Because he sure scooped her right on up. And I was like, honey, I said, you better watch that bitch, honey, because that Alex is slick as cat shit. But anyway, took her in the house. And she apologized at how she had acted to Kelly and everything. And she was saying, my parents here, blah, 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 blah. So they got the whole picture now. So next thing you know, at the door, there's Brad at the door. And Brad's, saying, I'm leaving. I'm taking a bag and I'm leaving, because he had been in contact back and forth with Marcy. And I kept saying, something's going to go wrong, because he's fallen. He's like getting everything straight about Alex, and he's in protection mode of Alex. I'm like, you get ready to get screwed with this Marcy, with this apartment thing, but whatever. But he said he was packing a bag and he was going to be leaving. So it's like, okay, cool. And he's telling Kelly that, and then he heard the baby cry. So he kind of pushed his way in. And Kelly's like, no, Brad, you got to leave. And he's like hollering, Alex, please, I'm so sorry, this, that, thing, and the other. And it was terrible. He was pouring his little heart out. And he's trying to he kind of forced his way in. So, Ramsey's big old fine ass that took him and grabbed his ass up and scooped him and twisted him up the way he be twisting folks up. Caught him off guard, honey. And I thought they was getting ready to tear Kelly's house up, but he didn't. He was cool. He told him, he said, he knew what he did to him. He knew he was a serviceman too. So he just said what he said. He said, I just want to, I'm not trying to cause nobody no harm or nothing like that. I'm sorry about what I did, and I just needed my wife to know that. He told her, I'm leaving. I'm going to leave the house. I'm not going to bother you anymore. I'll call you to be able to see the kids, and that's it. I'm going to go, and I'm very, very sorry. And he was crying. It was terrible. I said, oh, poor Brad. And Alex was crying. Fuck Alex, because she's a mess. But I felt bad for Brad. So he actually ended up, leaving on out, but he was very apologetic and just sad, poor little thing. That was a good scene for him too. He cried, his little crying scene was good. But that was it. It was really a good episode. It really, really was. And next week, all hell's Gary break loose, baby, because I think him and Marcy get ready to bump uglies just a little bit taste more, honey. So anyway, I will see you guys next week, honey, on Tuesday with this. So, all right, guys. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Y'all know how all that works. And I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.